You wake up, and something just feels off. Your body moves slower. You're exhausted before lunch. And when the moment matters most, nothing happens. No spark, no strength, just silence and frustration. But what if I told you it's not just age, and it's definitely not permanent? Because in many cases, the problem isn't your hormones, your heart, or your motivation. It's a silent deficiency. Over the years, after hearing countless men share the same quiet concern, one truth keeps coming back. There's more strength, more energy, and more connection inside you than you've been led to believe. Today, we're going to explore the 3 most overlooked nutrients your body is quietly begging for. 3 essentials that can boost your testosterone, restore blood flow, and help you feel like yourself again, not in theory, but in real daily life. No drugs, no risky injections, just science-backed changes that work with your biology, not against it. So if you've been feeling tired, disconnected, or unsure of what's happening to your body, stay with me. Because this message could be the moment things finally start to turn around. Let's start with the first and possibly most overlooked nutrient your body needs right now: vitamin C. Most people think of it as the go-to remedy for a cold, something you find in orange juice or grab from the pharmacy when your immune system feels off. But what most men don't realize is that vitamin C plays a much deeper role in your health, especially after 60. Because vitamin C isn't just about immunity, it's about circulation. And for older men, circulation is everything. I'll never forget Robert. He was 67, a retired engineer who had been married for over 40 years. He walked into my office with his shoulders low, hands clenched tightly, and eyes full of quiet frustration. He said, "Doc, I'm running on empty. I crash halfway through the day, and I haven't been with my wife in months. Not because I don't want to, but because my body won't respond." His voice cracked on that last sentence. And right then I knew this wasn't just about energy. This was about dignity, about connection, about feeling like a man. What Robert didn't know, and what many men don't, is that one of the most powerful ways to restore energy, blood flow, and even bedroom confidence wasn't a pill, wasn't a hormone shot. It was a nutrient hiding in plain sight. You see, as we age, our blood vessels lose their flexibility. The inner lining, called the endothelium, gets damaged by inflammation, excess sugar, and oxidative stress. That damage tightens the arteries, reduces blood flow, and blocks oxygen from reaching the muscles, the brain. And yes, the areas that matter most for intimacy. That's why so many men feel tired, foggy, and disconnected, even when they're trying to do everything right. Now here's where vitamin C comes in. It helps your body repair that internal damage. It stimulates the production of collagen, which keeps your arteries strong and elastic. It also protects nitric oxide, a molecule your body produces to relax and open up blood vessels. Without enough vitamin C, nitric oxide breaks down too quickly, and your vessels stay tight and narrow. It's like trying to power a house through a pinched garden hose. The flow just isn't getting through. That's why I call vitamin C the circulation reviver. It doesn't flip a switch overnight, but it rebuilds your internal plumbing from the inside out, one molecule at a time, opening the path for blood to flow freely again, not just to your heart, but everywhere it needs to go. When I ran Robert's labs, his vitamin C levels were borderline deficient, not enough to trigger scurvy, but low enough to quietly break down his circulation and energy. And here's the truth. Robert's story is not rare. Research shows up to 7% of American adults are clinically low in vitamin C, and in men over 60, that number is likely much higher. Why? Because as we age, our ability to absorb nutrients declines. Our diets tend to narrow, and many common medications interfere with nutrient uptake. I started Robert on a simple plan. 1,000 milligrams of buffered vitamin C per day, split into 2 doses, one in the morning, one in the evening. That way his blood levels stayed stable throughout the day. We didn't stop there. I asked him to add foods rich in vitamin C into his meals, citrus fruits, bell peppers, broccoli, and dark leafy greens. Nothing extreme, just small, steady upgrades. 3 weeks later, he called me. He said he was sleeping through the night, waking up with energy. But what struck me most was his tone. It had changed. His voice had weight again, confidence. At his 6-week follow-up, I barely recognized him. His skin had more color. His posture was stronger. And he looked at me and said, "Doc, I don't just feel better. I feel like myself again." And then his wife called me. She said, "Thank you for giving me my husband back." That's what vitamin C can do. Not just support your heart or your immune system, but help you reclaim your strength, your presence, your connection. It works quietly, but powerfully, because when blood flows freely, everything improves. You think clearer. You move easier. You perform better in every sense of the word. If you're listening to this and thinking, "That sounds like me," you're not alone. And more importantly, you're not done. You might not be broken. You might just be missing something simple, something fixable. And vitamin C may be your first step toward rebuilding, not just physically, but emotionally. Now, vitamin C is just the beginning. Because circulation is only one piece of this puzzle. Coming up next, we'll talk about a mineral that your body can't store, but absolutely depends on to keep your hormones and your manhood alive and well. Now let's talk about the second essential nutrient one that fuels your hormones, protects your prostate, and helps restore the drive and confidence that many men fear they've lost for good. Zinc. If vitamin C is your circulation booster, then zinc is your hormone igniter. It's not just a trace mineral. It's the spark behind your body's most vital male processes. And chances are you're not getting enough of it. I remember the day Michael came into my office like it was yesterday. He was 63, a former business consultant. Always well-dressed, composed, and confident on the outside. But once the door closed behind him, that strength faded. He looked at me and said, "Doc, I'm still showing up, still getting through the day. But I don't feel like me anymore. I'm tired all the time. I avoid intimacy, not because I want to, but because I can't perform the way I used to. And I don't know what's wrong." I could hear it in his voice, that quiet frustration so many men carry but never say out loud. The fear that something's slipping away, that they're fading, and no one knows how to stop it. We ran his tests, and what we found wasn't heart disease or diabetes or depression. It was something far more basic and far more fixable. Michael was low in zinc. See, zinc is absolutely critical to male vitality. It's what your body uses to produce testosterone. Your testicles literally rely on it to make the hormone that fuels your energy desire, strength, and confidence. But it goes even deeper. Zinc supports over 300 enzyme functions. It powers recovery. It strengthens your immune system. And it helps regulate inflammation throughout your body, especially in the prostate. In fact, your prostate contains more zinc than any other organ in your body. When zinc levels are healthy, your prostate stays calm, controlled, and functioning the way it should. But when zinc drops, and it often does after 60, things start to break down. Swelling, urinary problems, frequent nighttime bathroom trips, and a quiet decline in your hormonal engine. Here's the thing. Your body doesn't store zinc. You have to get it from food or supplements every single day. If not, your levels slowly drop, without warning, until one day you realize your stamina is gone, your edge is dull, and the man in the mirror feels unfamiliar. That's what happened with Michael. His serum zinc was 65 micrograms per deciliter. not critically low on paper, but low enough to weaken testosterone, slow his energy production, and cause early signs of prostate enlargement. This didn't happen overnight. It built up quietly, year after year, through small deficiencies. Deficiencies he didn't even know he had. So we made one simple change. I started him on 25 milligrams of zinc citrate taken at night on an empty stomach. Why citrate? Because it's one of the most bioavailable forms. Your body absorbs it efficiently, unlike cheaper forms like zinc oxide, which often pass right through your system without doing much at all. We also adjusted his diet. Oysters, pumpkin seeds, grass-fed beef eggs, foods rich in zinc, and essential amino acids. Nothing extreme, just real food to support real hormone health. And the results. 4 weeks later, he told me, "Doc, I'm waking up sharper, more alert, more like myself." By week 8, he said something I'll never forget. He said, "I caught myself whistling again this morning. I haven't done that in years." Now, to some people that might sound small, but to me that meant his spirit was returning. His light, his sense of being alive again. His follow-up labs showed his zinc levels rising, and so was his testosterone. His mood had lifted, his performance had improved, and his confidence, it was back. Zinc didn't just shift his numbers, it gave him back his momentum, his connection, his belief that his best days weren't behind him. And here's what I want you to hear loud and clear. If you're a man over 60, chances are your zinc levels are falling too. Not because you've done something wrong, but because your gut doesn't absorb it the way it used to. Your medications might be depleting it, and your body now needs more of it to stay strong, balanced, and fully functional. Don't wait for your energy to crash. Don't wait until your confidence starts to slip. Start now. Zinc is the quiet force behind your hormone health. And when you give your body what it needs, it responds. Not with side effects or chemicals, but with real natural strength. Now we've covered circulation with vitamin C. We've reignited hormones with zinc. But there's still one more piece to this puzzle. Because even if blood is flowing and testosterone is firing, you still need energy. Cellular energy. Without it, everything slows down. Your muscles fatigue, your brain fogs, and you can't keep up with the life you want to live. Up next, we'll uncover the mineral that powers over 300 energy-producing reactions in your body. The one that most doctors never check, but your body can't function without. Let's move on to the third and final nutrient, the one that powers everything from your muscles to your mind. Magnesium. The cellular spark your body can't function without. Most men don't think twice about magnesium. It rarely shows up in flashy headlines. It doesn't get marketed with bold claims like testosterone boosters. But when it's missing, you feel it. Deeply. Even if you don't realize what's causing it. I'll never forget David. He was 65, a lifelong marathon runner. Disciplined, committed. He followed a Mediterranean diet, avoided smoking, walked daily, kept up with yearly checkups, the whole 9 yards. But when he sat down in my office, I could see it in his eyes. He was tired. He said, "Doc, I don't get it. I've done everything right. But now I feel like my body's turning against me. I'm exhausted before lunch. My legs cramp after a few blocks. And the worst part, I can't be intimate with my wife the way I used to. And it's starting to affect us emotionally." That hit me hard, because David wasn't neglecting his health. He was investing in it. But something was still missing. So I dug deeper. Not just routine labs, those wouldn't show us the full picture. I ordered a full micronutrient panel. And what we found explained everything. David was critically low in magnesium. Here's the thing. Magnesium isn't just another mineral. It's involved in over 300 enzyme reactions in your body. It turns the food you eat into energy your cells can actually use. It supports your brain, your muscles, your heart, your nerves, everything. When magnesium is low, your mitochondria, the tiny power plants inside your cells, start to slow down. That's when you feel tired even after a good night's sleep. That's when your muscles feel heavy, your legs cramp, your mind fogs halfway through a conversation, and your motivation disappears. But magnesium's role doesn't stop there. It also helps your blood vessels stay relaxed and flexible, which is critical for maintaining healthy blood pressure and proper blood flow, including to your muscles and your sexual organs. In fact, studies have linked magnesium deficiency directly to erectile dysfunction, especially in men with cardiovascular concerns or kidney issues. The real problem: most magnesium in your body isn't floating in your bloodstream. Only about 1% of it is detectable with standard blood tests. The rest is stored deep in your tissues and bones. So unless you're testing specifically for it, chances are you'll never know you're running low, until your symptoms speak louder than the numbers. David's case was just that. His standard labs looked normal, but functionally, he was running on empty. Once we knew the truth, he asked me the only question that really matters. So what do I do now? I started him simply. He added more magnesium-rich foods into his diet: spinach, Swiss chard, almonds, salmon. But more importantly, I prescribed him 400 milligrams of magnesium glycinate, a highly absorbable gentle form that doesn't cause digestive upset. Not magnesium oxide, which the body barely absorbs. Not magnesium carbonate, which can upset the stomach. But glycinate, the one that supports calm recovery and deep cellular repair. I had him take it with dinner. Why? Because it also helps calm the nervous system at night, supporting deeper sleep and overnight recovery. 4 weeks later, David returned. He was smiling. He said, "Doc, I walked 3 miles yesterday, not a single cramp." He said he was sleeping through the night for the first time in months. His voice was steadier, his eyes brighter. And then he said something that still stays with me. "I feel like I've been given permission to trust my body again." That line, that's what it's all about. For so many men over 60, it's not just about fatigue or low libido or stiff joints. It's about the loss of trust. Trust that your body will rise to the occasion. Trust that it won't fail you. Trust that you can still move through the world with strength and purpose. For David, magnesium brought that trust back. And the truth is, it could do the same for you. Because this isn't just about one vitamin or mineral. It's about giving your body the raw materials it needs to do what it already knows how to do: repair, recover, revive. Zinc fuels your hormones. Vitamin C rebuilds your circulation. And magnesium fires up your energy engine from the inside out. Together, these 3 nutrients form a foundation, not for perfection, but for vitality, for showing up fully, for staying present in your own life. But even with all 3 in your routine, there's one more thing you need to hear. Because the way you take these nutrients matters. Timing, dosage, absorption. There are 2 common mistakes most men over 60 make with supplements, mistakes that keep them stuck, frustrated, and tired even when they're doing all the right things. So here's the truth: you're not fading, you're not too late, and you are absolutely not broken. If you've been feeling drained, disconnected, or like a stranger in your own body, I want you to know, that isn't the end of your story. It might just be the beginning of your comeback. Vitamin C helps your blood flow again. Zinc lights your hormonal fire. Magnesium powers your cells and gives you back the strength to move, think, and connect. These aren't gimmicks. They're not quick fixes. They're the raw materials your body has quietly been asking for. But knowledge means nothing without action. If something in this message hit home for you, take a moment right now and drop a 1 in the comments to let me know you're ready to reclaim your energy and your confidence. If you're still unsure, type 0 and tell me what questions or concerns you have. I read every single one because this community is built on honesty and support. And if you want more videos like this, real science-backed advice made just for men over 60, hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. We're just getting started. You still have so much life left to live, and I'm here to help you live it fully with strength, clarity, and purpose.